Hi, my name is Sally and welcome to my art channel. And today I'm doing a speed paint based on the Artsnacks challenge. I'm using the processed magenta and the Prussian blue Copic original marker I was given. I did also take the liberties of using some of my other acrylic paints to either mix with the processed magenta, or in the case of the halter top and the background, just doing a whole nother color entirely. But I did try to use the processed magenta as much as possible. It's used in her hair, her lips, her eyebrows, and her skin color, which gets lightened quite a bit later, is a mixture of the processed magenta, a Sienna, a raw Sienna, and a titanium white. So again, I did cheat. Although at the end I lined her, and I did line her using the Hybrid Technica drawing pen in 04 from last month's art box. So there's that. But yeah, I haven't done much acrylics. I do love acrylics. I just don't often have the time to play and have fun as much as I would like with acrylics. I'm not 100% happy with her. I think my best acrylic piece is still Ariel from The Little Mermaid that I did. And at some point I might show that to you. But I mean, I think she's okay. I think I could have done better, but I'm not like horrified by her. The saddest thing about this whole thing is that I really love the sketch I did, and I forgot to take a picture of it before I started putting paint on it. So while the end result looks similar to the sketch, it's not as pretty as the original sketch was, in my opinion. So I am kind of bummed about that. Also, this took a long time, and the canvas isn't even that big. I'm not even sure of the canvas size, so I'm not even gonna lie, but it's not that big. It's maybe 4 by 6, something like that. But it took 3 hours. It's a long process, and I knocked it out in one day just because normally all of my canvases take a couple days. But two things. Number one, I knew I was running out of like free time. I work 2 jobs, so free time is limited. So I wanted to get it done as soon as possible. And number two, I normally would have an easel set up, and I would be doing it on a tabletop easel, but I didn't have the camera set up for that, and I wasn't sure if I could set up the camera for that. So I knew it had to be on a tabletop, and that is not the most comfortable position when you're painting. You can't get the best lighting. So you'll see me move the canvas several times just because to get a better angle, and actually coming up, I think it just kind of almost gets out frame. It doesn't quite. I was better, but I was just trying to get the best angle, and it wasn't working. But so yeah, I used the processed magenta that Artsnacks sent me from Rowney. I think that's who sent me that. Yes, I was right. Rowney, which I had never used before. I didn't even realize they made acrylic paints. I mean, I should have guessed because they make everything else. I also used Amsterdam all acrylic standard series and Liquitex basic acrylic. I also used the Copic original marker and B39 Prussian blue. The Artsnacks also sent this month. I just used a Michael's canvas. They were on sale, which is awesome because girl can never have too many canvases. And I used the Hybrid Technica to line it that Artsnacks sent last month. So that was fun. I also did use the Mars Black for the tank top, which you see right there. And for brushes, I used the brush they sent us, which was the Filbert Acrylic, the Acrylic by Robert Simmons and Filbert in number 6. But I wasn't entirely happy with that brush. Don't get me wrong. The brush was fine, but it was very small, and I like to do broader strokes than that brush was allowing for me. I also wanted more detailed stuff than it was allowing me. So I also used the white Sable Robert Simmons in number 3. And in the process, and this is why I don't like white brushes, like the, white bristles, because they stain. And so in the process of this painting, my beautiful white Sable brush is now, even though I scrubbed it, now very light pale pink, which I really wish it had stained a different color, but what you gonna do? Oh yeah, and then I also used one more brush for the background, and that was the Royal and Langnickel number 4 long handle brush. I actually really like this brush, more than I thought it would, and actually I was a little bit hesitant to pick it up since it was on sale. I like sales, because I have been in a drawing class, well, a color theory class with another student who had picked up one of the Royal Langnickel paintbrushes, and half of his bristles fell out. So I was a little bit nervous, but I haven't had any problems with their brand of paintbrushes. Now mind you, I wash all my paintbrushes after I use them. I use either pink soap or the Master, what are they called? The Master's brush cleaner is really good too. And I like it actually a little bit better than pink soap, just because the pink soap is a liquid. It actually kind of reminds me of that elementary school soap that you use when you were, in 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. But the Master brush cleaner is in a cake, and it's in a little dish of its own, so it's easier to clean. They both do exactly the same great job. It's just a matter of preference for me. Here I'm using, I was mixing colors, and you'll see I'm using a little plastic palette knife. And I actually just started doing that because originally I was being all noobish and using like brushes to mix my colors, and that wasn't good for the brushes, and that sometimes made the colors a little wonky. And so I just recently picked up a cheapo pack of palette knives, and they were like $3 at Michael's for a pack of 5. And I use them to mix now, and it was such an easier thing to mix with palette knives than, say, your brush. But, I mean, use what you got. So, if all you have is, your paintbrush, I say mix with that. But so we are getting close to the end. And I really enjoyed myself. I really like the Rowney paint. It went fine. It worked as well as any other acrylics I've used. Like I said, I don't have much experience with acrylics, but it's slightly translucent. But most acrylics are. You have to have several layers unless you want your whatever you're drawing to look like a ghost. But yeah, for the most part, went off fairly well. Did what it was supposed to do. I was very happy. Anyway, we're getting close to the end of the video, so I should probably let y'all go. But thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, awesome day. And I will see you next video. Bye!